Hi, this is Araceli Gonzalez with BeProductiveToday.com, where you learn how to become permanently productive by increasing your efficiency, working less, and having and enjoying a more balanced life. Now, this week's productivity tip is about identifying what the areas of weakness are for you when it comes to productivity. Now, productivity means that you are producing in abundance. And if you're not really at that place of full productivity, there's usually a reason why. Now, in order for us to determine what that reason is for you and the weakness that usually comes up for you every time, we're going to do a little project. So if you can grab a regular piece of paper, notebook, or any paper that you have handy, I want you to write down all of the projects or big tasks that you have worked on or started in the last 3 months. Anything counts. For example, if you began to write a book, or you purchased an online program, or you began creating a new website, or new packages, whatever it is that you have started and that can be considered a project, I want you to write it down on that list. Now, once you do that, I want you to also identify when you started that project. So if you started it last week, put it there. 2 months ago, 3 months ago. It's beneficial if you can go from anywhere from last week to about 3 to 4 months ago, okay, when you write those projects down. The third thing I want you to do, I want you to actually mark if that project was finished or not. The fourth thing is, if it was not finished, I want you to write down why was it not finished. Was it that you ran out of funds? Maybe it was financial, or you didn't have enough time to finish, or perhaps you didn't like what you were doing initially. Whatever the reason is, write it down. Now, here's how we're going to determine your productivity weakness. Now, if there are a ton of projects on that sheet and only a few projects that are finished, that means that your weakness happens at the beginning of the pre-planning process. So if that's the case for you and you find yourself with lots of projects and not enough of them have been finished, then you need to focus on the pre-planning stage, which means that you need to take more time to plan things out. Now, if there are a ton of projects on that list and they're mainly all finished, but nothing has really changed in your life, you're not more productive, your business hasn't really grown, it hasn't created a big impact, that means that you're not choosing the right things for your life and your business, which means that your weakness is on prioritization and finding the right things to work on the right time. Now, if there's only a few projects on that list, maybe 1 or 2, and that's it, then that means that your productivity weakness is on taking action. So perhaps you're not taking action because you're fearful of something in particular, or perhaps you have perfection paralysis, or any of those reasons, but your weakness happens to be in the process of taking action. So find yourself in those 3 spots, and that's going to give you the knowledge of where it is that you need to focus on to become more productive. So if you fall in any of those three areas, whether it is that you need to learn how to take action, whether you need to learn how to pre-plan better, or perhaps it is that you need to create better priorities, at least now you know where to begin to become more productive and where to spend your resources and time and what to learn. So hopefully this tip was beneficial to you. If you liked it, please share it with your friends and colleagues. And until next week, be productive and stay well. Take care. Bye-bye.